Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's yoga. We'll be doing a nice slow flow, something mostly on the ground, mostly. You'll probably want a blanket, but other than that, maybe a block too, but should be pretty good to go. We'll start laying down on the belly. So lengthen your legs all the way back, untuck the toes. And we'll just stack the head onto the hands. Feel the sinking sensation through your hips. And notice how quickly you start to feel grounded just by laying down on your belly. Notice how quickly you start to feel connected with how easy it is to regulate yourself. Anytime where you feel like you're too much or not enough, lay down on your belly. Notice how easy it is to tune into the way the breath moves you. And you can also start to notice the quality of your breath here. And when you can start to notice the quality of your breathing, you start to invite the breath in a little deeper. You notice your body respond by expanding a little bit more, discovering edges of inner space that perhaps you weren't breathing into before. Notice the quiet that comes in through the mind, and recognize that this has taken less than 3 minutes. Probably took less than 2 minutes. So this state of calm, the state of being able to receive the breath and easily let it go, this is what we're aiming for during our asana practice today. So if at any point throughout our practice you start to feel that urge to push really deeply into something, today is the day to not do that, to step back and be in the space where you feel like you feel right now. So with that said, let's start to solidify our foundation here. Start to press the tops of your feet down into the ground. You'll feel your quadriceps engage and your knees lift away from the mat. You'll start to feel some engagement through the glutes. And just notice how that feels. And then exhale, just let everything soften. Now, bring your hands to the mat below your shoulders and your forehead straight down. Chin pulls into the throat. Grip your fingers in the mat and pull the crown of your head forward and your elbows back. Now strengthen your legs in the same way we just did. Press the tops of the feet down, engage quadriceps. Notice the knees lift and just the gentle squeeze through the glutes. Keep the chin into the throat. Breathe in, breathe out. And release. So just keep your head and arms in the same position, soften the legs. Now we'll move into cobra pose, but super smooth and slow. Press the tops of the feet down. Engage the quads. Engage the glutes. Press the hips down as you feel the chest float up. There's no weight in your hands. You can easily draw the elbows in and back toward your hips. Your chest is open, and you exhale, fold forward. Your legs are still engaged. Still engaged. Your forehead comes down. Then the softening process happens through the lower body. So start to make these connections. Tops of the feet push down, quadriceps engage, hips push down. We float into cobra as is available. This time, elbows squeeze in. You could put a little pressure into your hands to lift up a teeny tiny bit more. And exhale, you're coming back down. But remember, the legs are still engaged. So still strong in the legs, all the way till the forehead comes down. Then you ease off through hips, legs, and feet. Do that again, from bottom to top. Bring yourself up. Make all those same connections. Maybe you press up a tiny bit deeper. The pubic bone stays on the ground. And take your time with control. Your legs are still strong the whole time until after your forehead is down. And then relax completely. Let your arms come by your sides. Rest on your left cheek. And we'll turn to rest on our right cheek. Looking forward, bring your chin onto the mat so your throat is open. Bend your knees. And just notice how that feels. And then straighten your legs. Press your chin down just a tiny bit, not hard. And then ease off and inch your chin forward just a teeny tiny bit. Now think about your sternum pushing to the ground. It's not going to move much. Just think of that little bit of groundedness. Push your pubic bone down and bend your knees. Lengthen the legs. Bend the knees. And lengthen. Good. Bring your hands to your low back, elbows draw in. Bend your knees. Press your hands down and float your head and chest. So your hands push into your hips, your elbows draw together, and then as you exhale, take your time. The chin comes down, the chest is down, the legs come down, the arms come down. Rest on your left cheek. And rest on your right cheek. Awesome. We'll come back to the chin. Opening the throat. Bend the knees. Slide the hands to the back of your hips. Thumbs are out, fingers point toward your glutes. Push down on your hips. Float the head and chest. Bring your heels closer to your bum. Squeeze the backs of your legs. Maybe slide your hands to the outer ankles. Open your chest. Pull the toes up and back. See if you can tap into some softening here. Now move slow. Start to let your chest lower a little, your heels pull toward you. Slowly release the ankles, hands back to the back of the hips, knees are bent. And then the chin comes down. And release. Legs down, arms down. Now rest on your right cheek. And then the left. Chin back on the mat. Bend the knees. Bring your heels to your bum, as close as you can. Bring your hands to the back of your hips. Push the hands down. Feel your chest float up. Squeeze the backs of your legs even more. Bring your heels closer to your hips. And then once again, hands can reach back for the ankles. If you feel like getting a little bit twisty with it, your left hand could reach for the front of your right ankle, and your right hand can reach for the front of the left. And then you find a little bit of lift. Breathe in, breathe out. Doesn't matter which ankle you crossed on top if you did choose this variation, but just keep it in mind because we do have one more round. As you exhale, take your time. Keep the heels close to the bum. Release your grip. Chin comes down. Hands to the back of the hips. Uncross legs if you did. Legs come down. Arms come down. Rest on your left cheek. And on your right. Chin back forward. One more round. Bend your knees. Hands to the back of the hips. Now you can bring your heels closer. Maybe your hands reach for the ankles. Maybe you cross the ankles and reach opposite hands for opposite feet. Maybe not. And just see how this feels. Now with this grip first, can you push your hips down? Imagine your hands are there and find the float with your chest. And then reach your toes up just the tiniest bits. And notice what shifted for you. Notice the opening in the front of your body. And then take your time to slowly release down. Let the chin come down. The arms come down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Push to child's pose gently. All the way up and back with the hips. Keep your arms reaching forward if you can to feel that length in your spine. Notice the space through the low back area. And let's inhale up into tabletop pose. We'll work these spaces a little bit more. If your knees are sensitive at all, you might want to put your blanket across the mat because we'll be in table for a little bit. So up to you. We'll bring the right knee up and back so that the sole of the foot reaches the ceiling. So we're here. Just breathe in. And breathe out and open your chest. Open your throat. So think of the position we were just in on the floor with the chin forward. And then as you exhale, let's crunch the right knee underneath. Bring the knee to the nose, round the spine. Then inhale, open things up again. Send that right foot to the ceiling. You got it. Now we'll pause here. Left hand reaches back, maybe for the right foot, maybe not. And you can slide the toes up. Breathe in, breathe out. Then take your time, slowly release, bring knee to nose. Good. Then we'll inhale that leg up and back. Same thing. Now open your right hip, Stacking it on the left, right knee shines to the ceiling. Then step behind yourself, right foot to the ground, left foot plants down, hips lift, right fingers reach overhead. Press your heels down and exhale. Nice and easy. Start to lower hips, left knee comes down, right hand, right knee come down. Table pose, let's move through cat pose and neutral spine. Left heel goes up to the ceiling, bent left leg. You got it. Long and strong through the arms. Open your chest, pull the sternum forward. You got it. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, let's come back. Open the chest. Just see how you're feeling here. Right hand reaches back for the left foot. Open the chest. Breathe in, breathe out. And we'll release, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg up and back. Heel to the ceiling. Then open the left side so the knee faces up, little puppy, big fire hydrant. And step behind yourself with left foot. Plant your right foot down. Lift the hips. Left hand reaches up and over. Push your heels down. Slide your hips to the ceiling and exhale, nice and easy. Hips lower so that you can bring right knee down, left knee down. Cat pose around the spine. And we'll sit onto the heels. Circle the arms, breath in. Hands to the heart, breath out. Pausing here for a moment. Close the eyes. Just notice how you're feeling. Any areas that might be a little bit tense. Any areas coming to the surface, and that could be mind or body. Remember, we're tuning into that softening element. Let's release, hands down and forward into table. Right foot comes forward. We're moving into our dragon's lunge. So again, if you need the padding under your back knee, please use it. We're going to be doing a little bit of bending with the back leg, big surprise. But again, it can be kind of finicky on the knee, so be extra kind to yourself. So we'll inch the right foot forward to the edge where we have the knee over the ankle. Your palms are down, your arms are long and strong. Of course, you might use your block here too. Pull your chest forward and tuck your back toes to float the back leg. So you're in a fire-breathing dragon, but you're feeling this almost momentum pulling you forward. So you feel a little bit light here. Think of tapping into the fire element, like you're gonna pounce forward. Another full breath in. Now as we exhale, lower your left knee down and bend the left knee so the heel moves to your bum. I know you can see if I move my arm, okay? And then release, left toes down. Right hand sweeps up and back to the back of your hips. Palm onto the hips. Bend the left knee. You could point the toes, draw the heel a little closer and toward you. Right hand could reach back for the left toes. Feel your heart open to the right. Breathe in, breathe out. Focus on your chest opening. But that, of course, comes when you get a solid foundation in the hips. So your hips should feel really good here. Now take your time, mindfully release your back hand, bring it all the way forward and down, your left toes come to the mat, pull your hips back in space to lengthen your right leg, keep the foot solid on the mat. So sole of foot is down, you're pulling your hips back, look forward, open your heart. Breathe in, breathe out. Beautiful. Come back forward into the right knee, bending nice and deep. Let your hips sink. Bend the left knee again. So heel comes toward your bum. Left hand sweeps to the hips. Seems like it would be easier, but not so much. Left hand maybe reaches for the left knee. Now you can come up on your right fingers or even bring your right elbow onto your right thigh and make it feel more accessible, but that might also feel like too much. It depends on your body. You might want your right hand even on a block here. And remember, you don't have to grab the left foot. If you did though, slowly release your grip on the left foot when you bring both hands back to the mat. Release left leg down, hips pull back, right toes shine to the ceiling as you lengthen the leg. Walk your right hand to the outside of your right foot. Optional Hanumanasana to slide your right heel forward and find split pose. But go to your edge. Remember, find the softening space as best as you can. So give yourself support. You don't want to just dump into your joints here. I know, big stuff. Now anchor in through your core so you can float your hips up. You push your hands down, pull your right leg in, bend into the knee, inch your back knee in, and come into table. Child's pose. Back to table. We'll bring our left foot forward. Again, take a moment to set yourself up here. You know if you need to use a block right now or a blanket under the knee, whatever it is, but make sure that you can be pretty comfortable here. And we'll breathe in and breathe out. Hands are inside the left foot, knee is over the ankle. Feel the chest pull forward as you open your heart, open your throat. Good, and bend your right knee. And just feel the open chest, open throat. Then we'll exhale, bring the right leg down, and let your head just relax a tiny bit here. Then we'll bend the right leg again, open your chest forward. Left hand comes around back to the back of your hips. And this is where we stay. We open the chest. If it feels easily accessible as you draw your right heel closer in, your left hand could reach for the right toes. But if that doesn't happen, it doesn't matter because you're building the foundation to get there either way. Maybe today, maybe in 2 months you get there. Depends on how often you practice, right? Another breath in, another breath out. And then take your time. Slowly release. Left hand comes forward and down. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay. So, right knee bends. Left hand stays down, right hand comes to the back of the hips. So this is where you'll notice, like, okay, well, do I need more space or what? But you're strong in your foundation. Right fingers could reach for the right toes. If you get there, you already have enough muscular strength to let the upper body float up. There's not any weight in the left arm. But in order to get there, it can take some time building strength in those other ways, right? Because otherwise it's going to feel like a whole lot of stress. So be where you need to, slowly release the back leg if you bent it, and we'll bring hands down either side of the left leg so that we can exhale, pull the hips back, keep the sole of the foot down. Just enjoy that nice big stretch and strengthen. Pull your left hip back in space. And then let's come back forward into the left knee. Just enjoy that lovely bend. And then we'll come back. Lengthen the left leg, shine the toes up, slide the heel forward. Maybe, but maybe not. Keep your hands on the ground to support you. And breathe. See if you can relax your jaw, relax your face. And take your time, press into your hands, engage through your core, slide your hips back to pull the left heel in, bend into the knee, walk your back knee in, and shift to table and child's pose. Breathe in and breathe out. And roll up to a seat on your shins and grab your blanket and we will roll it up. So we'll do a little bit of belly burrito stuff. So roll your blanket up and then lay down on your belly with the blanket underneath the front of your hips, above your pubic bone, so your pubic bone can be on the ground, and below your navel. Okay? And again, I know you know this, but just make the roll small enough that it's, not super uncomfortable, but big enough that you get a little bit of a massage. Once you're set up, just let your hands stack and rest your head however is comfortable. Reconnect to your breath here. Notice how your breathing expands through your belly, but also your back and your hips. If you were resting on one cheek, switch to the other side. And we'll come in through center, placing the palms on the mat underneath the shoulders. Engage through your legs, pressing tops of feet down, quadriceps engage, hips push down, chest lifts up, up, up. Finding a really beautiful big cobra. You'll likely have quite a bit more space with the support of the blanket. Now use the same technique. Come all the way down. Keep your legs strong. And then as your head comes down, things soften. 2 more like that. Strengthen your legs. Press your hips down. Find yourself floating up. Maybe extending back a little more. Keep those elbows in. Open your throat. And slowly make your way back down. One more time like that. Squeeze and strengthen. Softening your way down. Breathe in and out. Now bend both knees. Activate your legs here by pressing your quads down and think about your hips pushing down and watch your upper body come up. Now hang out here and then just softly release. You need to give your abdomen a bit more space here. Let the legs lengthen down. Okay, now you can do what we just did. If you feel like you're likely going to go a little deeper into your bow pose, you can have the blanket up a tiny bit more so that your pubic bone can easily push in toward the floor, okay? We'll start though with the hands on the mat. Inhale up with the chest, just one easy cobra with the legs down, and then come down. So just make sure everything feels good. Then we'll bend our knees, activate the legs, feel the chest lift up, and you can keep the legs activated. Now you could practice bringing one hand and then the other to the hips. That can feel like a lot though with the blanket, so you can do one at a time, or hands reach for the ankles and you can find a bit of a supported bow pose. And then take your time. Release so you can easily come down. Now we'll do one more variation. So this one, inch the blanket downward so that it's across the lower part of the front of your hips and your pubic bone won't be on the ground to start. Now, bend your knees. Hands onto the mat below your shoulders. So same principles, but things do shift a little bit because of the blanket position. So draw your elbows in and then push up with your upper body to tilt your pubic bone down. So you have to come up quite high. Pull your elbows in. You have to come up quite high to get that action happening, okay? And we're just staying here. Breathe in, breathe out. If it's accessible for you to grab the ankles, you could do one at a time, but maybe not. It can be a little tricky, so be kind. Take your time. Lower down. Legs lengthen. Relax your head. Press into child's pose. Take your time. Then nice and easy, roll your way up to seated on the shins. By all means, having whatever support you need here to make it more comfortable. We'll bring the right ear to the right shoulder as we bring the right hand to the left side of the head. So just a nice easy stretch. If you'd like, you could bring the left arm behind your back. You can even tilt your gaze slightly upward and slightly downward to just play with the different edges here. So you do what works for you. We've got a couple more cycles of breath here. This can help open spaces deep within the ear, the jaw. You can play with opening and closing your mouth. And nice and easy, release from where you went. And then we'll do the other side. So left ear to left shoulder, left hand to the right side of the head. And you just hang out here. You could bring your right arm behind you if you like. And then again, you can just play with shifting the angle. And the angle doesn't even have to be that much of a change on the outside. Oftentimes, even just shifting your gaze or where you're looking can release different areas more than you'd expect. So be slow and gentle with yourself here. And of course, you can practice opening and closing your jaw as well. This can be very helpful in easing tension out of the ears. Breathe. And then take your time. Slowly ease off. Roll your shoulders a few times. Beautiful. We'll set the blanket aside, then come back down onto the mat, but turning onto the back this time. Cradle your head with your hands and just pull it away from your shoulders until your neck starts to feel long. Then lay the back of your head down. Adjust your shoulder blades flat underneath you. And let your arms just relax wherever is comfortable. That might be in a cactus pose, overhead, something like that. Now, keep your shoulders flat and connected and just inch your hips away from your shoulders. Now we'll keep the upper body still and grounded. Pull your knees into your chest, legs are together. And keep the thighs pulling in toward your body. Lower the knees toward the right, just like a quarter of the way there. Shoulder blades stay flat. Come back to center and over to the left. Again, shoulder blades stay perfectly flat. Back to the right. So we're just going to go from side to side. Nice and easy. So you follow your breath, you follow your body, but the objective is to keep your shoulder blades flat. And I know it's tempting to go into more of a twist, but the body isn't actually able to go there if your shoulder blades are starting to lift. So maintain the integrity in your upper body. We will eventually get into a deeper twist. So just let your body build the strength and awareness in this position. Keep going side to side. And we'll come back to center. Place the feet down on the mat. This might cause some little shaking in your body as well as we go through this. Right thigh crosses over the left. Now keep the left foot on the ground. Let the knees just gently fall to the right. Again, keep your shoulder blades flat. Come back through center, and the knees go to the left. And keep going side to side. So shoulder blades, again, they stay perfectly flat, but you can navigate the twist into something that, perhaps is a little bit twistier or deeper for you, or a little bit less twisty and more shallow, depending on what you need today. And you can do that with a solid foundation in your shoulders. What else might happen, though, is you might become aware of more areas in the body that feel like they're holding on to tension. And that's okay too, because we will do the infamous knee circles near the end to get out any crunchy bits. So let them arise, because it can be your final goodbye to them. So let it come to the surface. Keep your shoulder blades flat. You'll notice as we keep going through this, you will get more space. It's just, you got to be patient. Come back to center, undo the legs. Left thigh goes over the right one. Again, shoulder blades are flat, your upper body hasn't moved. Knees fall to the left. And center. And to the right. And center. And you know what to do. Keep going side to side. And play in the dance. Maybe your body feels like really loosey-goosey today, or maybe you feel like you're really bringing a lot of tension to the surface. Whatever it is, just be in the space of ease for you. Nice and easy. We'll come back to center. Undo through the legs. Beautiful. Navel draws in, knees pull in. Keep the legs together. Draw circles. Just start one direction. And remember, the circles are about smoothing out the back side. So visualizing the circle you're drawing on the back of your hips. Cross your right ankle over your left. And you can adjust the size of your circles, but your upper body is still relaxed. Flex your feet, cross the left ankle over the right. Reverse your circles. Cross right ankle over left. Uncross the ankles. And we'll come to stillness, placing the feet on the mat, pausing here for a moment. Inch the feet together, soles of feet come toward each other, knees open wide. Notice the weight of the outer thighs, but really also just notice the release in the lower back and the back of your hips, and how relaxed the upper body is, and how solid the foundation is through your shoulder blades and the back of your head. And take your time. Squeeze the legs together. Slide your right thigh over your left one. Slide your hips to the right. Knees pull in, over, and down to the left. Now you could have your knees rest up on your blanket or block. Do your best to keep the shoulder blades flat. And notice the space that you have created today for yourself. Breathe in and breathe out here. We'll be here for a little bit. And of course, if your shoulder blades are flat on the ground, you could look to the right. Breath moves nice and easy in and out of the nose. Notice how soft your neck and shoulders feel and relaxed. And take your time. Look back to the ceiling. Mindfully begin to bring yourself back to center. Undo through the legs. Adjust your hips. And go to the other side. Left thigh crosses over. Your hips slide to the left. Knees pull in, over and down to the right. And again, you could be on your blanket or block. Shoulder blades stay down nice and flat. And just let gravity do the work here. Of course, if both shoulder blades are flat, you could look to the left. Notice any shifts in your breathing or any areas where tension might again still be hanging on. Notice if you can soften with your breathing. Feel the shoulder blades flat. A few more cycles of breath here. And then take your time. Slowly start to bring yourself back to center, undoing through the legs, adjusting your hips, lengthening the legs down one at a time, and bringing your arms out about 45 degrees from the body. Closing the eyes. We'll observe the breath, bringing our inner awareness down to the solar plexus, Manipura chakra. Each inhale, you can feel your breath expand outward from the center. Each exhale, you feel everything squeeze into the center. Inhale, expanding outward. Exhale, squeezing inward. And just continue this simple visualization with your breath. Then bring your inner attention to your third eye space and focus there. Notice your body completely grounded on the mat. Inhale, enjoy a lovely long reach and stretch through the body. And let it go. Let's drag the heels along the mat to pull the knees in. Keep your arms relaxed and just draw some little circles. And then do it the other way. And your choice, you could roll to one side or rock your way up into a seat. Getting comfortable. Bringing palms to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Closing the eyes. Notice how bright your heart space is. Notice how solid your hips are. Notice your breath. Let's draw a full breath in of loving gratitude into ourselves. And a full breath out of loving gratitude for everyone else. And thank you for our practice today. Namaste. I hope you feel superb. And yeah, of course, let me know how it went for you in the comments. And perhaps you have seen the emails, perhaps you have not, but I'm currently studying Ayurvedic medicine, which is very exciting. It will still be a little while before I am completed my studies, but case studies will be a part of it. So if you haven't already noticed in the emails, there is an application for anyone that would like to be part of the eventual case studies as they come along. I imagine that there will be quite a few people wanting to sign up, and that's why you all here in the group, of course, get the inside scoop first. So, you get first dibs on stuff, yeah? But yeah, anyway, exciting stuff. And yeah, have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you again very soon, yeah? Much love, everyone. Bye.